TGR.
In 2021, Returnal, a game developed by Housemarque and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, was released on the PlayStation 5. It was one of the latest and relatively impressive showcases for a next-gen exclusive title, which were few and far between in the early parts of last year, with some fantastic graphics, speedy loading times, and incredible use of the haptic feedback on the DualSense controller. It looked good, but I was always a bit hesitant, not sure if I would enjoy the game or not. But it surprisingly became one of my favorites of that year, maybe even my personal game of the year for 2021. I haven't really put a lot of thought into what game would reach the top of said list, but this one was always up there whenever I would start to ponder on my choices. Its combat is fantastic, and the story, while somewhat hidden within many layers of mystery and intrigue, fascinated me up until the very end. Truly, Housemarque knocked it out of the park. So I was a bit taken aback when it was announced that we'd be getting a free update during Sony's latest State of Play. One that would add two modes, a Horde mode or Bloody Palace style mode, and co-op. Both seem relatively promising, especially the Tower mode, which it looked like it would be adding story elements. While co-op seemed nifty, I just didn't think much of it at the time, besides the mode being a fun take on the existing foundation of Returnal. So color me surprised when I started to spend time thinking about how co-op added just so much to said foundation. Before I go into that, for those of you that aren't aware of the systems or how things work in Returnal, in every run there is a lot of moment-to-moment decision making. Being a game with rogue elements, every choice that you make, from picking up small health items or power-ups for your adrenaline to exchanging between the different types of weapons, can and will have a large impact on the later portions of your run. Now, with the addition of a second human-controlled player character, you're suddenly found thinking about your partner, your buddy, when making these micro decisions. Do I take that health item, or leave it for my friend? Yeah, you can have it. It's these small indirect interactions with your partner in the dark world of Returnal that started kind of poking at my mind. I started to think about the story of Returnal, and without spoiling exactly what happens, this is a story that focuses on loss. Loss that comes from decisions individuals make. How do you cope with this? How do you cope with generational trauma brought on by your parents or your parents' parents? The story lays out these ideas, but never really gives a definitive answer, mainly because such a thing doesn't really exist. We all deal with our darkness differently. We all find comfort in different ways. Some like to watch or entertain themselves with funny or lighthearted media. Some like to eat their favorite and familiar foods. I personally like to watch or partake in media that reminds me of why life is precious. And a lot of the time, I find myself leaning towards stories that are dark and depressing, yet somehow uplifting. One day, I will talk about how Hunter x Hunter saved me from the deepest, most depressive point in my life, but that's for another place, another day. Anyway, back to Returnal. So yeah, the story is relatively open for interpretation, and that is by design. So here, I somehow find myself just thinking about the ramifications of what co-op could mean in the world of Returnal and its lore, exemplified because this story is a solitary one. The main character, Celine, finds herself going through this hell of a journey alone, learning to cope with her demons as it all goes along, up until the very end. So, the first time that you start a co-op session, there's this little cutscene where the second version of Celine, a little different, a little more vague and quiet and just odd, shows up to help you. Your Celine says, "Thanks for the help," and then you start your run together, going through the world, helping each other out, trying to achieve the same goal, survive and find out what's at the end. And somehow, for whatever reason, this made me think of the story beats that I mentioned before, and how, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but like, it made me remember what it's like going through a depressive episode and having someone there to help you. I know, this is almost a bit silly. I mean, this is a free co-op mode that was added, a year after the game's initial release? Did the writers or creators behind this even intend for this to be analyzed in this way? I have no clue, and I really doubt it. But regardless, it's the thought that I had. Going through depression, going through a dark moment is awful. It's tough and it breaks you down as a person. You begin to question everything. It's one of the loneliest and scariest experiences of this human existence. Yet having someone there, just there, by your side, not even having to share a single word, like the silent co-op partner in the game, is a game changer. It makes the awful experience more bearable. It can begin to give you hope. And I felt that same thing while playing the game with someone. The world now didn't feel quite as scary, quite as tense, because I had my friendly co-op person there, helping out. The same feelings that co-op evokes in the Soul series is somehow replicated here just as well. And mind you, the game is still tough as nails. We died multiple times. But just like real life, just like dealing with, your hardships, you will fail and you will have to start over. And a good friend and partner will be there with you right where you start up again. And just like that, after our deaths, we go back to Helios and try once again to overcome the many obstacles that this harsh climate will continuously throw at us. But hey, I've got my buddy along for the ride, and like in the real world, maybe, just maybe, one day I will be able to see the end of this dark tunnel and come out of the other side able to stand on my own two legs thanks to my personal newfound strength and the confidence instilled in me thanks to my friends along the way. Co-op mode is fine mechanically. Enemies hit harder and they are tougher overall, which makes sense since you have a second person. Also, the Endless Tower mode is a lot of fun too, and I can't wait to see what secrets to the story lie the higher you go. Originally, this video was just going to be me simply discussing the technical and gameplay aspects of the update and how fun it is to play co-op, but this is what I got. This is what my mind conjured up from this short experience just trying it out. And it's a funny reminder that life is hard, but it can be good. And that video games are unique in the way they tell a story, but also how those stories can be experienced by involving players in ways only video games can achieve. Special thanks to Rain for helping me get the footage and for being my co-op partner for the night. Hey, it's your boy Onyx. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you very much for checking it out. This is kind of a short one. I just kind of wanted to talk about this really interesting experience playing co-op. It's something that, I don't know, I just thought about exactly what I said and I wanted to share it with the world. If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if games have somehow helped you cope with the hardship in life and which game it was and how it helped you, because I believe that media has a lot of power to help us get through this existence of ours. Yeah. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you like this content, please hit that like button, subscribe, check out our other videos. And we also stream on twitch.tv/thegamingresume Mondays and another couple of days during the week. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I will catch you guys on the next one. Later.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more and stay up to date, subscribe, hit the little bell, and join our Discord.
If you want to support the channel, please check out our Patreon or hit the join button below. As always, thanks for your support and thanks for watching.